Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. This is kind of an emergency one. I haven't really talked about this. It is 5:47 a.m., Monday, the 8th of May. Yes, I have an appointment to finish my bankruptcy on a court in Tacoma. Now, I live in Shelton, and where I have to go to Tacoma is over an hour's drive away. It's 100 and some odd. Do I still have it up and available here? It was pretty far. It's it's only like 50 miles, but it's 50 miles, but it's far. We have to go on I-5, the highway, to get there. It's quite some distance. It's over an hour. It's only that far, but it's over an hour on the highway if we don't hit a lot of traffic. But we're going to go there. I've got to finish my bankruptcy. This is the day. I'm going to court for it. So, yay. My friends are going to be driving me to Tacoma. It's really, really nice of them because they're going to drive me to Tacoma. And she worked last night, got off work at 1 o'clock, midnight, like that. But, you know, it was late. And normally she doesn't get up until like noonish or so. But they're getting up at 7 o'clock today so that we can drive to Tacoma so that I can be at the bankruptcy court an hour before my appointment. I have to be there at 9:30 a.m. to meet my attorney in Tacoma at the courthouse. Then we're going to do all that. And at 10:30 my appointment, my court date, I hope it'll be pretty on time. And then I'll go in there and do what I've got to do, find out what's going to happen. I'll find out how much I have to pay back, what I have to pay back. I don't know how well that's going to work, because if I have to pay back stuff, I don't know how I'm going to, because I'm like at minus $200 or $300 every month in my checking account right now. And that's just buying stuff I need to live, like food and utilities and medicine. I don't really have a whole lot I can cut out. We'll hope it goes well. I have no idea what's going to happen. They went and changed the bankruptcy laws in the U.S. It used to be as intended, so you could cut and have a clear, free, new life. That's the way it was. If you were too stuck and you could not get out, you could get out from underneath it and start again, fresh and new. That's a good thing. My wife had to declare bankruptcy in 2004, 2005. At the time the laws were changing, and the bankruptcy lawyer we went through was so mad because he was trying to help people not do what happened to his father. His father committed suicide because of bankruptcy. And he said, no, I'm not going to have that happen to other people. And so he became a bankruptcy attorney to help people not go through what his father did. Now they've changed the laws. You can't get out from underneath your debt unless the judge says, according to their guidelines, what you can and can get out from underneath. You still have to pay some back if you can, which is not what bankruptcy is about. Unfortunately, when George W. Bush was in control, they just handed out a bunch of, they told the credit card people, hey, do you want us to rewrite the laws? We can rewrite bankruptcy laws the way you want. And so all the credit card people out there said, oh, you know, we're really tired of people not paying us back. Let's change the law. And so they did. And so you can't get out from underneath that anymore. Unless you're really lucky or really, really poor. Otherwise, you're going to pay some back, which is totally against what bankruptcy is about. But it doesn't matter. I got to go see what they're going to say. Unfortunately, when my wife died, half of my money went away. I mean, she was making $1,000 and some on disability. I was making $1,000 and some on disability. It took my entire disability paycheck to pay for our house payment and some of her disability to pay for our house payment. And then we had to pay bills and utilities and then try to eat and live. Unfortunately, my wife was not really good at credit. And so whenever we had credit cards, she would quickly fill it up. she was excellent at financial knowledge aside from that. She helped us out incredibly, but could not handle credit. And so when she died, immediately credit cards, and some of them I've gotten out from underneath, others can't. I mean, because some of the stuff is in her name, and even though it's her name and I was married to her, it's like not my debt. And so that part of it, you know, we just sent death certificates off to some of them, and it's like they've gone, well, there's not much we can do then, is there? But the stuff that I can't get out of, like the $60,000, $70,000 to Wells Fargo after they illegally took my home. So, I mean, I still owe them, but we're gonna see what happens. That's what the bankruptcy thing is about today. So it's just about 6 o'clock now. My friends are getting up at 7, and then we're going to hit the road at 8 so we can be there by 9:30. It's actually a pretty quick shot there. I was really worried, but you get on to, you have to drive like 20-25 miles from here to be able to get to the highway, because the highway doesn't even come anywhere close. So they have a state highway that leads from Shelton to the interstate highway. And then once you get to there, because the interstate highway is in Olympia, I live just outside Olympia. If you've ever heard of Olympia, I mean, I imagine you wouldn't have unless you live in Washington State. It's a big city. It's the capital of Washington State, but it's still just Washington State city. I mean, if you're in Washington, I'm sure you've heard of it. That's where it is. So we have to get close to Olympia and then get onto the freeway and then drive through Olympia and then into Tacoma, all just on the highway, straight shot. So as long as there's no big traffic problems, we should be okay. Hopefully, my friends will be leaving with enough time that if there's any problems, we can still make it there on time. Sometimes that's a little iffy getting them going on roads, but we're all that way. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get me moving. So we're gonna hopefully get that done. I'm gonna have to glue my dentures in because this bloody thing is just so flopping around in my face. It's ridiculous. Oh, excuse me. Almost choked to death too just before we started here. I started here, you didn't start, but I started here. I took a bottle of, what the heck is this stuff? Okay, it's called Powerade. It's, you know, that's just the brand name. But there was like this much left in the bottle, and so I went up, and I was like, before I started to swallow, because, you know, the first time I drink something, I can't just go swallow, or that I'm going to end up with death hiccups and pain, and then having to spray it all over, because I can swallow the first swallow, and then I'm going to have to fight to keep it down, because my stomach's going to go, and then, so I'm sitting there going, and I'm starting to choke on this stuff, and so I went poof and sprayed a bit out everywhere, and it was horrid. It was horrid, especially since I sprayed it on my computer case. Luckily, mostly the top and not on the side, because there's all these holes over the fans on the side. Oops, don't want to spit soda into the machine. That would be bad. I actually did that once when a lot longer, when I was about 10 years ago or so. I accidentally spilled a glass of soda into my computer. They don't work well when you do that. I had to get a new one. So don't spill things into your computer. Not a good thing. Oh, shucks. So, well, I'm going to quickly then, really quickly, go through and I'm going to open up the community tab, and I'm going to open up the last 24 hours of comments so that I can still, before I have to go, thank 20 to 25 of you for being wonderful, beautiful people. Now, how am I going to do that? What I'm going to do is, like I say, I'm opening up the tab here so I can have 24 hours worth of last comments. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 of you for leaving me comments. You get me out of my head, into the real world, interacting with people, and that's wonderful. My internal landscape is not pretty. It's not good to be stuck inside of the skull. This is not a good landscape inside here. So being out here the best I can is really, really good. So thank you all so much. I haven't read the comments yet. I am going to read the comments as soon as I'm done, but Yeah, I'm not going to thumbs up everything I read, answer as many as I can, but I spend a lot of time in the comments answering as much as I can and thumbs upping as many as I can. I love that. It's awesome. You people are wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect. I'm terrible at names, and I didn't get a chance to see if there was anyone who wanted a shout out, so I'm very sorry if you request a shout out and you didn't get one. I'm in such a hurry today. I've got to get this done quickly. But Ainsley Woods, thank you so much. Boomerville, greatly appreciated. Breaker Games, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Angelica Gonzalez, thank you. And Kyle Byram, thank you very much. And then there is Latino Chino, thank you. Sung Hee Mun, thank you very, very much. Claude 5190, son of a gun, that's that. And then Marla Hudgens, thank you very, very much. And Billy Bob, thank you very, very much. Abishai Esparza, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. And then there is Drinri, thank you. And Jose Lopez, thank you very, very much. And Sophie Robertson, thank you. Greatly appreciated. And now I've got to wait for Chrome to stop locking up because it's locked up again because it's Chrome. It sucks. And then there is Dudley Ginty. I think that's how it's pronounced. Thank you very, very much. And Dirty Ape, thank you. And then there is Life of CPRE, thank you very, very much. Tobias Vector, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Mika Mach 5, thank you. And then there is Justin Yang, thank you very, very much. It's Matrix, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Fluffy Rainbow, again, thank you. Pratic 1900, thank you very, very much. And then there is Broke Skull 616, thank you very, very much. That is a cool name, Broke Skull, there with all the numbers. I've got a series of either short stories or a novel that I'm working on where one of the main characters are like, shucks, I gotta reset myself. They're powerful beings from different dimensions, planes of existence, and etc. And there is a planes and dimensions in the universe that a multiverse I'm working on can get really cold and freeze out. And so everyone who lives there, I mean, everything just gets cold until everything is dead. And so a bunch of really powerful beings who want to, you know, not kill, but just banish, they send other powerful beings that they don't want anymore there. And so it's like when one of them is there, it's a death sentence because there's just too much. It's getting too cold. They're going to freeze out and die. But then another being gets dropped in, and so they gather their power. It slows the encroaching, and then when enough people have been banished, greater beings of power, they're able to stop the freezing process where it is. They've reached a point of stasis. They can't, it's not, the whole plane is not free, but maintaining their burning of energy, they can stop the freezing. And so they've got their own realms that they've managed. And so each of these places is now self-sustaining, but each of the greater beings of power has to expend a certain amount of mana to keep their area unfrozen. And so there's the story of the people who live in each of these areas that are living there. There's like those that have to live with Shavas Havedras, and Shavas Havedras, known as Father Dragon, he is very, very greedy with his mana. And so his people are all super religious. You have to go to your weekly meetings where you go to arenas, and all those people that have been guilty of crimes, whatever, are all put into lashes and stakes. Father Dragon himself arrives. Everybody that has been staked and pounded out there, he takes their mana back. But he also expends a tiny bit of it for everybody in the arena, so they are gripped in total religious ecstasy as they watch everybody in the arena burn. And Father Dragon, Shavas Havedras, takes back the sacrifice, giving them some too. And so you've got to make sure you got your book stamped for each week you go to the to that thing. because the religious leaders are very, very careful about making sure you got your book stamped, or you might be one of those going whoosh yourself. Very, very nasty society. Shavas Havedras. Then, of course, there's Broken Skull, who's this giant dead thing, a giant skeleton. He's got a broken skull. He's knocked in skull. He's known as the Yellow Man, Bone Man, knocked in skull. He's just this gigantic, like 20-foot tall skeleton with a gigantic horse's skull head with antlers, and bam, this huge skull knocked in his head. Everybody in his realm is dead, and life is the antithesis of what there is, and so everybody hates life. Now everybody deals with each other, like Chi, the woman of broken glass. They all deal with each other, and they deal with each other on a small personal level too. I'm really fascinated by this whole concept I came up with, and I want to explore a lot. Well, I'm in 15 minutes. I don't really have time to do much more, so I'm not going to have any greetings. I'm very sorry. I've got to go off to this meeting and get it all done. I need to get this stuff done, so I'm going to call this one after I say. If you could check out some of my links down there, that would be awesome. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Just click on Show More. They show up. There's a whole bunch of them down there. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated on my GoFundMe. If you can continue donating, that would be freaking awesome. Thank you so much. You are beautiful and wonderful people, each of you who have donated. All of you who continue to donate on my patreon.com thing, thank you so very much. You are literally keeping me alive. I don't go to minus 500 on my checking account now because of you. That's as far as you can go. I used to be there, minus 500. I'm not now. I'm still not, at zero at the end of the month, but thank you for getting me away from maximum death. And if you could toss me a like, that would be awesome. Greatly appreciated. I do appreciate all positive validation for my existence. Thank you so much. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome, but only if you're down with it though, of course. Pity subscriptions not needed or wanted because they don't help me, and they definitely don't help you, so they don't help anybody. But if you are down with it, thumbs up. Hope to keep with you. Hope to keep with you. Hope to keep you forever and ever. I'm salivating like mad around these damn things. Hope to keep you as a subscriber forever and ever and ever. Well, you take care. I have got to edit this, maybe get a reaction done. I don't know. I don't really have a ton of time, but you take care. Have a great day today. Whatever I can get done, I hope you appreciate. But you take care. Have a very good day. I'll try and do a video when I get back, letting you know what happened. But until then, you take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the flip side.